Stop. Are you still saying I am 25 years old? If you are, you're making a mistake that almost every English learner makes. The word have is the most used and most misunderstood verb in English. Today, we're going to master its 3 secret powers and fix the mistakes that make you sound like a robot. I'm Angelina, and he's Stewie. Part 1, the foundation, ownership and possession. Hi, everyone. I'm so excited you're here. Stewie, I was just thinking, I had the most amazing coffee this morning.
That's perfect, Angelina, because you just used our magic word twice without even trying. You said you had coffee. Most people think have is only for owning a car or a house, but it's so much more. Let's start with the basics. Ownership.
Exactly. When you own something, you use have or has. The rule is simple. Use has for he, she, and it. For everything else, use have. Let's practice some natural sentences.
Repeat after me. I have a new laptop. I have a new laptop. She has a beautiful home. She has a beautiful home. They have 3 energetic kids. They have 3 energetic kids. We have a big meeting at 3 p.m. We have a big meeting at 3 p.m.
Great. Remember, it's about possession. Think of one thing you possess right now, maybe a phone or a notebook. Say it out loud. I have a... Part 2, negatives and the power of do.
Now, what happens if you don't own it? This is where learners often get confused. You can't just say, I have not. You need a helper.
That helper is do. For negatives, we use don't have or doesn't have. It's like a team. Stewie, let's show them.
Follow our lead. I don't have a car. I don't have a car. She doesn't have any brothers. She doesn't have any brothers. They don't have Wi-Fi here. They don't have Wi-Fi here.
And for questions, do moves to the front. Do you have a pen? Does he have a job? Notice how has turns back into have when does is in the sentence. It's a bit tricky, but with practice, it becomes natural.
Quick tip. In British English, you might hear, have you got? It's correct, but on this channel, we focus on the most common American style. Do you have? Simple and clear.
Part 3, abstract possession. Stewie, let's talk about things we can't touch. You can have an idea, right?
Absolutely. Possession isn't just for physical objects. It's for abstract things too. For example, I have a question. I have a question. He has a lot of experience. He has a lot of experience. We have a solid plan. We have a solid plan.
Think about your feelings or your thoughts. You can say, I have a headache, or she has a problem. You can't put a problem in your pocket, but you still have it in your life.
This makes your English sound much more advanced. Instead of saying, I am thinking of an idea, just say, I have an idea. It's short, sharp, and native-like.
Part 4, experiences and the social have. This is my favorite part. Why do we say have coffee instead of drink coffee?
That's a brilliant question. Native speakers use have for meals and drinks because it describes the whole experience. If I say I drink coffee, I'm only talking about the liquid going into my mouth.
But if I say let's have coffee, I mean let's meet, let's sit down, let's talk. It's social. Let's practice some experience-based sentence.
Repeat after us. I have breakfast at 7 a.m. I have breakfast at 7 a.m. We're having dinner at that new restaurant tonight. We're having dinner at that new restaurant tonight. Would you like to have a drink? Would you like to have a drink?
It also works for activities. I have a shower every morning. Let's have a meeting. We're having a party on Saturday. Using have here makes you sound 100% natural. Part 5, the obligation, have to.
Okay, let's move to a very important use. When you are forced to do something, you use have to.
This is about responsibility and rules, things you must do. The structure is have to plus verb, like I have to go to work. I have to go to work. She has to study for her big exam. She has to study for her big exam.
A lot of people ask, what's the difference between have to and must? Well, have to is usually about an external rule. My boss says I must be there, then I have to go.
Exactly. And what about the negative? You don't have to means it is not necessary. It's optional. You don't have to wear a tie at this party. You can if you want, but you don't need to.
But remember, must not means it is forbidden. Don't confuse them. You don't have to is a choice. You must not is a red light.
Part 6, the casual sound, Hafta. Stewie, have you noticed how fast native speakers say have to?
Oh, all the time. We rarely say each word clearly. It usually sounds like Hafta. I have to go. She has to study.
Let's try a little shadowing for speed. I'll say it clearly, then Stewie will say it naturally. Ready?
I have to leave. I have to leave. She has to work. She has to work.
You don't have to speak this fast yet, but you must be able to understand it when you hear it on TV or in movies. It's the secret to understanding real English. Part 7, stop making these common mistakes.
All right, confession time. Angelina, what is the #1 mistake you hear?
Age, definitely age. Students say, I have 30 years. No, in English, you are your age. I am 30 years old.
Exactly. And feelings too. Don't say I am hungry. Say, I am hungry. I am hot. I am cold.
But wait, Stewie, we can say, I have a cold, right?
Yes, because a cold is an illness. You possesses the flu, but you are the temperature. Tricky, right?
One more. Places. Learners often say, in my city has many parks. That's a direct translation from other languages. In English, we say, there are many parks in my city.
Remember, organizations can have things. My school has 500 students, but cities and streets use there is or there are. Fix these and you'll sound like a pro.
Part 8. The shadowing challenge and conclusion. You did an amazing job today. You stayed with us until the end. That shows you are serious about your progress.
And progress comes from practice. Every mistake you made today is just a step toward being fluent. Don't be afraid to speak.
Here is your mission for today. Write one thing you have and one thing you have to do tomorrow in the comments below. For example, I have a red pen and I have to study English.
I'll be reading your sentences and giving you feedback. If you enjoyed this lesson, please hit the like button and subscribe to Listen and Speak.
Keep practicing, keep listening, and most importantly, keep speaking. We'll see you in the next lesson. Have a wonderful day.
Bye, everyone.